It's currently 80 degrees outside, which isn't that bad, but the humidity is pretty high. I didn't get a chance to check the humidity before coming out here, but I'm going to guess it's anywhere between 70 to 90%, the humidity. It's like the moment you walk outside, even if you're in the shade, you just start sweating immediately. It's that bad. So I have some fans going in the garage. I don't have the upper floor air conditioner on. That's not on, and that unit over there is not on because I can't get to it. But I got this Honeywell stand fan running. I picked this up at a yard sale. I was going to part this out to fix another fan. This was originally $3, and I think I was able to talk the person down to $1 for this, or something pretty cheap. But it's one of the ones with the skinny blades, so it moves a lot of air. Feels really good. I actually haven't tested it until just now. I have both the ceiling fans going, the Harbor Breeze Sausalito and the Hunter original, both going on high speed, of course. This one pushes tons of air. That one, it's powerful, but compared to the original, it's not really that impressive. Got the Sanyo here. I'm going to get the bearings in it replaced eventually. And up here, I think just the air conditioner. I might have the fans running. The Kendra is running. It looks like medium speed in reverse. It's normally what it runs on. This is on... 82. Well, now it's 81 on economy. Auto, which is high fan, and it thinks it's 81. My target temp would be 72. Blowing out ice cubes. They got to give these modern units credit. They're not all as bad as people say they are. These things, they do still work. Icy air. Feels so good with how hot it is outside right now. I gotta do a lot of cleaning up here because it's still a mess. I got a shelving unit which I'm gonna drag inside shortly, and I'm gonna go out and mow some yards with zero turn because I'm definitely not walking in this stuff. My shirt will be drenched by the end of the day if I do. So I'll show the air conditioner outside quickly. She got the other units running. Here's Nordine. I don't know if this one has even gotten a chance to shut off. We have vines growing up into it now. I have to take this thing apart and clean it sometime soon anyway, but it's still going. Oh, we got a good drippage. Some wind, so it kind of goes from both sides. Yeah, she's working. Panasonic should be running too. Don't got that one going. I don't know if it's going or not because I don't see any condensate. It's kind of hard to hear that unit because all the other air conditioners in the neighborhood are going. Carrier running? No, it was this morning though. So that's all this. I might make another installment. Here's the WCI. It's going. It's starting to get kind of dirty on this. I use this a lot. I've used this unit here a lot more than I used the Fashionette last year. I'm still not sure. I thought about swapping this out because the thermostat and side panels aren't perfect, but it's been working really good. It's on its max setting with the low fan, so I can get it really dehumidified. I did check. It is, I think, 65% humidity today. And it is currently 82. At least it was later when I started mowing. It's been an hour since then, so it's probably cooled off a little bit more, but it is ice cubes coming out of here. I don't think it's nearly as good as the big 10K in the garage, but still pretty darn chilly. The accumulation on this is pretty impressive. That just shows you how much I've been using this thing. So I'll go show the outside quickly. Here's the XR13. I haven't showed this in a while. Thing I think 6 years old already. We did have our first issue with it, which was the capacitor went out, and when the capacitor went out, we lost power to the fan motor, and then because of that, the compressor stalled out and blew the fuse. So that was the issue, and we fixed the capacitor, put new fuses in it, but the fuses we put in were too small, so the tech had to come out again and put new fuses in there, but it's running fine now. He's just pumping. This unit's a lot better than... I liked the XD1000 that was here before. Had a nice sound to it. It was a bit noisy, but it worked really good. But this unit, I think, does a bit better job with the house. It does run a little bit more often, but in terms of humidity control, this unit is... It's great with that, because it used to get really humid in some parts of the house, even though the air conditioner was working. I'm thinking the old unit was oversized, so this unit is probably a tad smaller than the old one. That's why it does a bit better job. I'm also not sure the efficiency of this one compared to the other one. This one has an Alliance scroll compressor and a GE fan motor. The old one had the Climatuff reciprocating compressor. I can't remember the brand of the fan motor off the top of my head. I might have some real old videos of it if I didn't delete them back in 2019 or so. But this unit's great. It just works. I think once the capacitor's probably the cheapest thing from China, so that was obviously a failure point. But none of the major components like the fan motor or the compressor have given out yet, so I think it's just going to keep going. Now during this part of the day, since we trimmed the tree, the sun just shines on this whole front of the house. These front rooms get pretty hot. So this unit is definitely been working overtime. I think the compressor just fired up. But you can see we have lots and lots of water dripping here out of the drain hole. This is actually the most I've ever seen come out of this unit. It has a nice big poodle there. Here's some condensate forming there, some more condensate. There's actually some dust here. More dust on this side. That Sanyo compressor is just purring away. You can barely hear that thing. You see all the water in there. It's flung a little bit up into the fan, I've heard earlier. If I take it to high speed, it'll start sloshing. Of how I have it set up, once I turn the unit off, all the water just kind of sets to the hole and drains out. So I'm not worried about this rotting out. The heat coming out the back of this is really hot. So it's very toasty. See all the condensate on the line there. Might show this one later tonight when I get back home, like around 11 or so at night. Normally turn this off around this time and turn it back on when I get home, but instead I'll probably just turn it off when I get home. But there's even water dripping here from along the side where it's crazy. Nice new stainless screws on there too. Great unit. I'll be back shortly. So we're in the messy bedroom. There's the air conditioner behind a big pile of junk. I'm gonna fire this up. Have it on an extension cord. So when I plug in the extension cord, the thing just fires up. So should be on low. It is very humid up here. Let this run for a couple hours. I also have the ceiling fan going in here. I don't think I'll turn on the portable. This is enough. This fan in here going. What I'll probably do is one unit for my bedroom, since that room seems to actually be pretty good with the central. Move the unit from there into here. To the middle of the tread, but yeah, I think that would help a little bit. Get that fan going. It's really toasty up here and humid. So we're gonna get this unit going. Here's its remote. This one has apparently been off all day. Filter's clean. I do need to take this unit out and clean it. I haven't serviced it in 3 years. This one has a Matsushita rotary, so it runs really quiet, really smooth. This whole unit's actually a Matsushita product. I'm looking for another 8K slide-out chassis unit like this for in here, like a Friedrich Q chassis or a Carrier UC series. So if anyone has any of those units that they're willing to sell at the AC meet, I am very interested. This unit's fine, I just would like to try that up there and then try that in here instead. Have another unit that I can put up in here while I service this one. It needs to be an 8K. I'm fine with a little 5K because I'd use that somewhere else. They're starting to blow cold. It's really humid up here. This will probably help with the floor below us too. It's high. This unit seems to dehumidify a bit better on low speed. But I'm going to keep it on high so to keep the head pressure low because this unit's in direct sunlight right now, and also I don't want it's actually probably uses less energy running on that speed than it would high. I meant to say low speed because if the fan is running faster it will keep the head pressure down. I just hit my head. It's already starting to feel cool in here. The Nordine has satisfied. This has been running pretty much almost all day, so it's off now. Let's see, there is some water in there. I'm not sure if that's from the rain or the return line getting covered with condensate. This one just turned on, so it's not going to condensate yet. I don't know why this unit doesn't really seem to drip condensate. I remember it dripping like crazy. And this one also just started. It's going to be a little bit longer before these start dripping. Neighbor's Wetter King's running. I'll show the GE. And depending on the temperature in there, I'll probably turn that off and turn on the wards. This is... Oh, that is still a lot of humidity. I'm gonna check go inside. It's still pretty humid in here. It did get a bit warmer because I had the mower out and I brought it in. The engine's hot. I also brought the shelves in. Turn this fan off because I don't think I really need it anymore. If it's kind of cool up here, I'll turn this off and then turn the other unit on. I'd say it's cool enough up here. Dropped it down to 77. This unit's probably been running all day without a break, so give it a break. I love the sound of this thing. Nice Sanyo. So what's going to happen is I'll let this run for probably a couple hours. By the time it gets dark out, this area would probably be comfortable. And then what I'll do is I'll turn off this unit, since I'll be working down here, and I'm going to start working up there when it gets a bit darker, and I'll turn that unit back on the one on the upper floor. So that's how that is. So that's all I'm going to show for now. I'll be back in a couple hours. Well, it's been a bit later, and apparently I haven't gotten this sorted, but this is still running. And then I'll show the outside quickly. It's probably making a ton of condensate. It's really brought that lower floor down a good bit. It's not even sunset yet, and it's already made a difference. It's really dripping. Look at that thing. Yeah. And this is a 10K. This is bigger than, no, this is a 10K. That's a 14K. So this is smaller than that one, yet this one's dripping more condensate than the other unit. Now, that could also be because that unit's higher up. This is lower. Condensate kind of, like, the humidity kind of goes lower since they think it's heavier than air. At least I'm pretty sure that's how science works, because gravity. So that might be the reason why this one's dripping more. But I'm pretty sure it might also have something to do with this being better equipment. But it's really dripping. Have any rain yet. We're supposed to have a thunderstorm. I think I'm going to wrap the video up here pretty soon. The Nordine, I think it only cycled once since I left off about an hour or so ago. I don't know if this one's really started. Yep, it's dripping. Might get a little bucket here just to catch some of that. And then if that's dripping, the Panasonic is probably working its butt off. Yeah, look at that. And there is a doggo. We'll be back later. It's a bit later at night. I got the Sausalito turned off now. But I've had this Montgomery Ward running for a couple hours. It's now 11. Wanted to do more work up here, but I went on a live with Dave. And pretty much sat in the car for like an hour and a half. But this is still going. I don't want to get... Well, actually, I'm going to get close to that soon because I'm going to turn it off before we do. I want to check the outside. No, we did have a nasty thunderstorm. So the bucket... I put buckets under this in the RCA. But some of the water that's in these buckets is probably rainwater. But I will say the garage does feel a lot better even during that storm. And we're almost halfway full. This is a, I think a 2.5, 3 gallon bucket. I think it's a 3. So that's at least a gallon of water that this thing has pulled over the course of an hour. I might try this again on another humid day. We're going to have a bunch of these coming up. I think tomorrow afternoon will be a good one. But we'll try this again tomorrow afternoon because that's pretty good. Even if the rain, well actually the rain was coming from this way and both the buckets are facing that way, so there is chances that that's just condensate pulled from this unit. Check the RCA, which this unit does cycle a good bit since it is in a small room and I don't have the thermostat turned all the way up, but I do hear it running. Can't remember what compressor it has. I think it's not RCA. There's not very much in here. There's just that. So, and also is. So, I'll leave this here just in case. I'm gonna move that small bucket. It's not like the Montgomery Ward. This one I would like to do a bucket on it, but it just kind of goes onto the roof, the downspout. Sometimes it overflows and goes down, and that creates a mess. But there's the unit. The grass is very thick. I was hoping on mowing it today, but I did some other mowing. We'll go have a look on everything inside. We'll turn off the garage unit. For reference, it is currently 11:15 or 17 or whatever. This pulled off. The coil looks very wet. You can see all the condensate that drips down the side of this unit. This unit, compared to a lot of other air conditioners they've had, that thing pulls humidity like nothing else. It's really good at pulling humidity. And we'll go up here and I'll fire back up the modern nugget, which up here it's not too bad. bit angry firing up that time. Have it set to 73. And before too long, this one will probably start condensating too. So once I go check up on the other units, we'll turn this one back off. It's about 55% humidity in here. I need to get more of these things to put these around. I think I'll take this one out to the garage at some point. I think it'd be more useful in there than it is in here, but I'm gonna shut this off. I'm fine with it. It's still kind of humid up here. And the compressor just kicked back on. I'll let this run a little bit longer because I don't want to like have it turn on and turn it back off again. I don't know if this unit was turned off or if it's satisfied. Yeah, satisfied. Oops. Yeah, whatever. I guess this one gets a short cycle. But yeah, it feels great up here. Fans aren't running. No more humidity. So, be good for later. It's 11:30 now. I'm getting ready to leave. But already dripping now. The thing is probably already full of condensate. So if I take this and dump this, and then put it on the other unit, we'll see how long that takes for that to fill up. That one's definitely a little bit quieter than the Montgomery Ward. Crappy recompressor. Anyway, be back in like another 20 minutes or so, and I'll show the WCI and we'll end the video. And there's another one I might consider putting a bucket under at some point. And it is running, and there is a lot of condensate here. All that condensate. It's not really show up on the camera. Kinda. Still got some heat. It's probably frigid in here. I might kick it up to high speed. I don't know. See, I don't even know where it's dripping because it's like the whole. There's no divot or anything here. But with all the rain, this whole area is soaked because the rain was going this way. More condensate. Well, bottom. On that backside, that's all condensate. Got water here coming out of the drain hole. Try and have your modern kitchen jump Frigidaire sound like this. Still very dry in there because that's what a drain hole does. There's a bug in there, but notice how most of this is dry. A little bit there because that's where water comes out from the coil. But a lot of that's dry. If it was a modern unit, there'd be about 2 inches of water across that whole bottom, and it just sits there when the unit's off, and then it rusts, and that's kind of how these things don't last. So, there's that. Let's go inside. So quiet. That is condensate, but it looks like it's just dust. I'm surprised I don't see too much condensate here in like the air outlet. Well, I guess I won't have to worry about it like molding or anything. Hard to see the coil because of the filter, but it does appear to be very dank. it up to high speed quickly. Now that it's on high speed, it is... No idea what that noise was. Now that it's on high speed, it kind of sounds like it is sloshing water. It was at first. But it did stop dripping here. Now this unit, something interesting about it is it does not have a slinging ring. Well, you can probably see better on this side. See any of that. I'll kind of see, but this unit does not have a slinging ring on it, which is very interesting. And then because of that, it doesn't really behave like a standard piece of junk unit. It's also how much air is pulled out of this room. It doesn't feel scalding hot anymore, like how it was earlier today when we started. All the condensate there along the ledge. I wonder if there's like anything cooling up. No, not really. A little bit of drips, but yeah, that's about everything with this unit. There's a bit of background noise because I turned on the fan, but I'm gonna turn this off now. Actually not. I'm gonna put it on low, and then I'm gonna set it to position 7. I do like the white noise of this. I can't tell if the compressor's still on or not. No, it cycled off. But yeah. Yeah, some fans going this one, and that one to kind of blow the air out into the hallway, because it is a bit more humid over there. I'm gonna close this up. I'm gonna get to bed.